Welcome to the Calvin Dean Show. My name is Calvin Dean, and man, we have week 6 upon us. It's going to be a great week. I mean, really great. What a week 5. Wow. I mean, the Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs last night. Wow, it was so exciting. Came down right to the end, and Davante Adams colliding with Renfro on 4th down, and he was so upset, slamming down his helmet on the sidelines. And then when he was going off the field, I guess he pushed a worker. I think the NFL might suspend him on that one and fine him as well. And there's just so much stuff going on. I mean, what about the helmet and the quarterbacks getting concussions? Teddy Bridgewater concussion, took Miami right out of the game. And what about the Detroit Lions? Best offense in football. And what happened to the Detroit Lions? Where did they go? Where were they? Well, they met the New England Patriots in New England and got shut out. The highest scoring team in football gets shut out by Bill Belichick. And bravo to Bill Belichick. Definitely deserves that one. And, hats off. Let's go right into this Thursday night football. We have the Commanders with Carson Wentz going into Chi-Town, Chicago, Windy City with Mr. Fields. And man, this is just, what an ugly game, huh? I mean, 1-4 Commanders, and you have the Bears going 2-3, and this is just one of those games that you don't know what you're going to find out. I think the Commanders is a better team at 1-4. I really do. I think the Commanders are going to pull this one out in Chicago, and they're going to end up 2-4, and then Chicago Bears will be 2-4 at the end of this game. Yeah. Okay, we have the next game. Wow. We have the San Francisco 49ers still on the road. They played amazing. I told everyone, what did I say? Baker Mayfield, last week I said, in the week 5 show, I said that Baker Mayfield would have a pick 6. What happened? San Francisco had a pick 6. They made him look silly, but unfortunately Baker experienced a high ankle sprain. He's going to be out for a long while. Those high ankle sprains, guys, I had one. And man, I would have rather had a broken ankle. Seriously, guys, I did. I had a broken ankle. I actually recovered faster with a broken ankle than a high ankle sprain. So sorry about that, Baker, about that. Now, this game, we have the 49ers coming into Atlanta. They're really playing well. They're 2-3. San Francisco's 3-2. And Nikki's Niners, she's loving life large. My buddy up in San Francisco, she loves those Niners. She's in love with Jimmy G. We go over this every single show. The 49ers are coming into town, and they're going to beat the Atlanta Falcons. Wow. We have the next game. We have the New England Patriots trouncing. I mean, making the Detroit Lions look like a high school team, shutting out the best offense in football, right? And it's the New England Patriots. And what did they do? They run the ball. And guess what? They're going into Cleveland. Unfortunately, Cleveland's been giving up around 200 yards a game. Oh my God, that defense is just not. They just got I believe there was a linebacker from Atlanta. They just got him in, but he has a shoulder injury, and he's not going to be able to play for a few weeks. But, I mean, they're still searching out, and they really need to stop the run. But guess what? The Patriots are coming into town, guys. They got a great defense, and what did they have? A run offense. And what happened? Zappy wins his first game. Yes, Zappy. Remember Zappy? Salsa? Zappy?
People like to say salsa.
Yeah.
Excuse me, do you have any salsa? We need more salsa. Where's the salsa? No salsa.
I love that name, Zappy. I really do. Zappy. It's a great name. Anyway, the Patriots coming into the Cleveland Browns, and man, it's lights out for the Cleveland Browns on this one. They're going to be 2-4 at the end of this game, giving it up to the New England Patriots. They'll end up 3-3, and Bill Belichick, congratulations on that one. That's for sure. We have the next game. This whole entire week 6 is all about my brother. Great guy, love him to death, and Brian Watson as well. Your New York Jets are going into the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay losing to the New York Football Giants in England, jolly old England. Man, they had a 9-point spread on that game. 9-point spread, and I mean, the Packers lost. And man, I'm telling you, the New York Giants, they look ugly, but they are winning. They have Saquon Barkley. Barkley is Saquon Barkley, excuse me. He is amazing. He is just all that and then some. And I'm telling you, Daniel Jones is no schmuck either. That kid is really going well. But tell you the truth, this game, we have the Jets. The Jets are just this exciting young team. Hall, Wilson, Carter, you got all these great, talented team. They're 3-2. The Jets are 3-2. If you would have told me after week 5 that the Jets would be 3-2 and the Raiders would be 1-4, I'd say you're crazy. I really would. I would have said, you're nuts. You're nuts. But no, 3-2. Packers 3-2. Wow. Now, this game is going to be my upset special. Yes, my upset special. I'm going to have the New York Jets. Yes, the New York Jets beating Green Bay in Green Bay. Yes, in Green Bay. That is my upset special of the week. Wow. Next game, we have the Jaguars. Jaguars, they lose. I just couldn't believe that they lost. I really don't. They're 2-3. We have the 2-1 Colts. The Colts barely squeaking out a victory. What? They had 4 field goals, 12-9 over the Denver Broncos. How? That was a snooze fest. That Thursday Night Football was just, oh my God, I was sleeping. Just a defensive game. Once again, coaching error. I'm sorry, Denver, coaching error. Stop blaming Russell Wilson. I have seen all 3 times that they've lost. It's like coaching error. It has been. It's 4th down and this much, guys. This much. At first, he got under center. Russell did. And I'm like, yes, all right. And then they call a timeout. And what do? Come out of the timeout in shotgun with this much to go. Josh Allen, Brady, I could go on and on and on. All the quarterbacks that would have got under center, Patrick Mahomes, all these other teams. And what do? Quarterback sneak, they push the pile, and they get the first down. I just don't get it. I don't get the Broncos coaching staff. I don't get it. I really don't. I think they're over their heads. And so we have the Jags coming into the Colts. And the Colts, they just don't look right. The Jags, I think the Jags are going to come up on top on this game. The Jags over the Colts in Indianapolis. We have the next game, we have the Vikings going into the Dolphins. Oh my God, those poor Dolphins. The Dolphins, they just look terrible. They have their 3rd string quarterback going on, right? And he played well in the beginning, but then he just looked terrible. Tua is going to be still out. Teddy Bridgewater's under concussion protocol. Game, we have the Vikings going into Miami, playing Miami. The Vikings are 4-1. They're leading their division, and the Dolphins are 3-2. Tua's not back. They're going on a third-string quarterback. I'm sorry, guys. The Vikings are going to come down in Miami, and that's a tough one, seriously, because it's really hard to play in Miami, especially the Minnesota Vikings, because they are that one team that just lets the team back in. I had them as my lock of the week last week. They won. That was the lock. And man, they barely won at the end. I think they're going to do the same with the Dolphins. The Minnesota Vikings are going into Miami, and they're going to beat the Miami Dolphins in Miami. We have the next game. We have the Bengals going into the Saints. Bengals smarting out of their loss to the Ravens. I called that one as well. I knew the Baltimore Ravens would beat the Cincinnati Bengals. They're just a better team. The Baltimore Ravens are a better. I'm telling you something. The Baltimore Ravens, watch out. I'm telling you. I have 3 top teams in the NFL right now. Actually 4 top teams in the AFC. 4 top teams. Number 1, I'm giving it up to the Buffalo Bills, bar none. Number 2, I'm giving it up to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's for sure. Number 3, I'm giving it up to the Baltimore Ravens. Number 4, believe it or not, I'm giving it up to the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they're a better team. I think they're going to come back, and I think they're still going to make the playoffs. I'm telling you that. Watch me. Watch the Ravens. They're going to come back, and they're going to make the playoffs. The Bengals going into the Saints, ugly Saints. They have Andy Dalton playing, Kamara. The Saints, great defense. What about the game last week? Come on, man. The Saints are really, they're surprising. They love to run the ball, and but they're playing the Cincinnati Bengals. They're 2-3. The Saints are 2-3. Cincinnati Bengals are coming into New Orleans, and the Cincinnati Bengals are going to beat the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. And we have the next game. We have the Ravens. The Ravens, off their victory in the Cincinnati Bengals, coming into the New York Football Giants. Wow, what a game this is going to be. 2 running teams. Those New York Football Giants are for real. They're 4-1. The Ravens are 3-2. I think this is a game that's going to be so exciting. We have 2 running teams. The Baltimore Ravens, they really looked good last week. They stopped the run. They stopped mixing. And I think they're going to stop the run on this one with the Giants. You never can... when you say, the Giants, I don't know, maybe they'll lose this. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, the Giants are for real. They are for real. The Giants in this game, you know what? I'm thinking Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens over the New York Football Giants in New York. That's a great call. We have the next game. We have the Buccaneers coming into the Steelers. Now, a little info on the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going into, played Buffalo last week, right? And Josh Allen has a 149 passer rating for balls over 20 yards. 149 passer rating. And you're going to do a cover 0? You're going to blitz the guy? Are you stoned? Are you drunk? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? The guy is 149 passer rating, the best in the NFL. Over 20 yards, the best. And what are you doing? You're doing cover 0? A 98-yard touchdown to Gabe Davis, another long touchdown. Gabe Davis had 3 catches for the day, over 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the funny part is, the number 1, Diggs, had a great game as well. Wow, 38-3. 38-3. The Pittsburgh Steelers just got trounced. It's the Buffalo Bills. And think about this one. You know what they're talking about? They're talking about, well, Matt Rule from the Carolina Panthers got fired, and now they're talking about trading McCaffrey. Right now, this is just unfair. They're in talks. McCaffrey's in talks with the Buffalo Bills. Guys, I mean, come on. Really? Really? The Buffalo Bills are in talk with the Carolina Panthers to get McCaffrey. I know he's hurt all the time, but that would be just so unfair to get him. So unfair. It would be so unfair. Wow. So we have the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-2, going into the Steelers at 1-4. And unfortunately, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to suffer their 5th loss of the season. They're going to be 1-5. The Tampa Bay Bucks over the Pittsburgh Steelers. The next game will be the best game of the week. I think it's going to be just an amazing game. We have the Buffalo Bills going into the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs beating the Raiders last night by 1 point. Not going to get into that. The Raiders played really well. They looked great. Their defense looking good. Chandler Jones on the edge. It's just Chandler Jones, man. What's up? And then their defense on the Raiders Max Crosby looked great. He had a few sacks. Guy is like leading the league in sacks. Max Crosby, hats off to you, brother. And hats off to the Raiders. I still think you're going to make the playoffs. Then this game, the Buffalo Bills is at 125 on Sunday, and the 4-1 Bills going against the 4-1 Chiefs. Well, guess what? Buffalo Bills, they're going to come back, and they're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Buffalo Bills will be 5-1 at the end of this game, and they're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. The Buffalo Bills, wow. Josh Allen's all world, man. He's all world. We have the next game. We have the Panthers. Yes. Wow. The Panthers. The Carolina Panthers. Matt Rule was fired. They have a new coaching staff going against the Los Angeles Rams. Rams not looking good, guys. They're just they're in trouble. The Rams are in trouble. They really are in trouble. But this game is a great game to get back on track because we have the 1-4 Carolina Panthers coming into town. Baker Mayfield hurt, high ankle sprain. They're going on their 3rd string quarterback. This is going to be a great game for the Los Angeles Rams to get back into the playoff hunt. The Los Angeles Rams will beat the Panthers in Los Angeles. This is my lock of the week. My lock of the week is the Los Angeles Rams beating the Carolina Panthers in Los Angeles. That is my lock of the week. The next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals going into Seattle. Arizona, 2-3. Man, I thought they were going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I really did. I really thought they were going to beat them, but they didn't. They're going into Seattle 2-3. They're playing in Seattle. Now, Seattle, Penny's hurt. Who'd have figured? Penny got hurt again, and he's out for the season. Broken tibia, fibula, whatever it was. Sorry, Penny. He gets hurt every year, guys. He's always hurt in the beginning, like the middle of the year, and then he comes back the next year and it's the same old. Every single year he gets hurt and he's out for the season. And next man steps up, and that's Walker the third. He's a good talent, but he's a rookie. You are going to go against the Arizona Cardinals. That defense is better than everyone thinks. And Kyler Murray, he's been playing out of his mind. So I think that this is going to be an interesting game, guys. Going to be a very interesting game. I think that the Arizona Cardinals are going to beat the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. Wow. Next game, we have Sunday Night Football. Wow, wow, wow. What a game. I am going to be on the edge of my seat on this one. This game is going to be epic, epic. We have the 4-1 Cowboys going into Philadelphia, the 5-0 Philadelphia Eagles. Wow, this is going to be an intense game. Man, the Cowboys without Dak Prescott. But man, who do they have? They have Cooper Rush. Wow. Cooper Rush playing out of his mind. They're 4-1. Now, Cooper Rush 4-0 this season. And Dak Prescott 0-1. Who are you going to start if you're a Cowboy fan or a Cowboy? Well, fans wouldn't start him. But if you're a manager or coach, man, I definitely would start the Cooper Rush on this game. This game is going to be a tough call. Those Eagles are a really, really good team, but those Cowboys defense is just stout. I think the Cowboys are going to come in and give the Philadelphia Eagles their first loss of the season. Cowboys will end up 5-1. The Eagles will be 5-1. Thursday Night Football, I'm giving it up to Tony Lawton's Cowboys. My buddy Tony Lawton, he loves the Cowboys, loves them. Tony, this one's for you, buddy. Cowboys over the Eagles. Finally, we have Monday Night Football. The Broncos. Yeah, the Broncos. They got a great defense, but they're coming into Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium. They're playing the Chargers. And you know what? The Chargers ran last week all over. I mean, they had one of those great running games, but who did they play? They played the Cleveland Browns, who are allowing over 200 yards a game from all these different offenses. And, who to figure? That was the Achilles heel of the Chargers, and the Chargers had a big running game last week. I called that game. And this game, well, the Broncos, they just don't look good. It's the coaching staff. I'm telling you guys, the coaching staff of the Broncos, that's the reason why they are 2-3. And guess what? They're going to be 2-4 at the end of this game. Yes, the Chargers, the last game of week 6, the Chargers will pull it off. They'll be 4-2. The Chargers looking great after this game. 4-2 Chargers. Congratulations, Chargers in this game, especially in SoFi Stadium. They really play well there. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to comment on my show, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and man, will you please watch
3.
Welcome.
Yeah, where's Tammy?
Scott and Tammy are just the best. Guys, watch Mixed Cocktail Hour. They're live every Friday at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Yes, every Friday they're live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Watch Mixed Cocktail Hour. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. See you in week 7. Yeah.